In today's video, we'll take a look at several applications that can be easily installed using a free open source application installer called PyApps. I'd like to express a huge thank you to the developers of this tool and others that we're about to take a look at. For everything shown in this video, I am using a Raspberry Pi 5 with 8GB of RAM and running PiOS Desktop 64-bit. If you need information on how to set that up, I'll place a link up above. For example, if you'd like to run Ollama GUI, it'll let you run AI LLMs locally on the Pi 5 with a one-click installation process. Are you interested in running Windows applications on your Pi 5? Well, you can do that with Wine. If you'd like to play some games, PyApps has several that you can choose from, including Doom 3 or install the Steam client. Want to run Windows 11 ARM as a virtual machine on your Pi? BVM, which was released on PyApps during the filming of this video, makes it possible, along with network and sound support. We'll talk about all of this and more. I'm John, and welcome to Wagner's Tech Talk. PyApps is a piece of software that is easy to install on your Pi 5, which makes installing other applications to your Pi a simple one-click process. I've only recently been heavily using PyApps. I'll show you some applications that you can install on your Pi that I think you're really going to appreciate. I placed chapter markers below so you can easily skip to applications that are being discussed that are of the most interest to you. We'll start by installing the PyApps application. Open your browser on your Pi and visit pi-apps.io. Click the Install Now button. Now select the entire wget command. Right-click, select Copy. Then open a terminal by clicking the icon or press Ctrl, Alt, and T all at the same time. Then right-click in the terminal, select Paste, and press Enter. That's it. You've just installed PyApps to your Pi. This is where the fun begins. You can launch PyApps by double-clicking the desktop icon and click the Execute button. Or select the Raspberry Pi icon, move down to Accessories, and click PyApps. You can find applications to install by clicking on any of the categories from the list. Everything from Office applications to games to some very useful tools and utilities, and we'll go through some of them. If you know what you're looking for, you can click the search button and type in the name. To get us started, I'm interested in the Ollama GUI. Ollama allows you to run AI large language models directly on the Pi 5 and completely offline. Depending on the size of the model, it can run reasonably fast or very slowly. Typically, models with 3 billion or fewer parameters will be reasonably fast on the Pi 5. I have a dedicated video on running LLMs on the Pi. I'll place a link above if you're interested in watching it. However, the steps outlined in that video are not really necessary. We'll instead let PyApps install everything for us. Click Ollama GUI, and you will want a Pi with at least 8GB of RAM. Then just click the Install button. PyApps will then install 2 LLMs for us to get started. Once the Ollama GUI has been installed, click the Close button. Click the Pi icon, and under Education, you'll find the Ollama GUI that we just installed. Click it, and you'll see 2 LLMs here up at the top that were installed for us. Select one of them, and at the bottom, type in your question, commonly referred to as a prompt, and press Enter. The LLM will then respond with an answer. If you'd like to install additional LLMs, click the Settings button, then click the Find Models link. Locate the model you'd like to run, such as DeepSeek R1. Select the parameter size. I'll go with the 1.5 billion parameter model. Click the Copy icon at the right, paste it into the dialog, and click Download. I'll right-click and select Clear Chat. Verify that the DeepSeek R1 model is selected. I'll type in my prompt and go ahead and disconnect Wi-Fi. And now we're running AI locally on the Pi. and Pi Apps made the installation super easy. Now let's check out something else that's pretty cool. If you have a certain program on a Windows PC that you'd like to run on a Pi 5, one option is to use Wine. Wine stands for Wine is not an emulator. It's a compatibility layer that allows running Windows applications on Linux, and in our case, in Pi OS Desktop. It does this by translating the Windows API calls into native commands on the host operating system. We'll click the search button, type in Wine, and OK, and click Wine x64 from the list. Read the details before installing for some useful information, and then click the Install button. You'll get a message asking if you'd like to automatically switch to a 4K page size instead of 16K, which may cause some incompatibilities with some software. I'll click Yes, then reboot the Pi for the changes to take effect. I'll then relaunch Pi Apps, search for Wine again, and start the installation process. The installation will take a while, so I'll go ahead and fast forward. Once installed, click Close. Now you'll want to locate a 32 or 64-bit Windows application that you'd like to install. For my first test, I chose Notepad++, which isn't the best app to use for demonstration, as Pi Apps already has an option to install it already. But we'll go ahead and start with this quick test. If you double-click the installer, under System Tools, you can launch it with Wine Desktop and click OK. Wine Desktop will start up, and you just follow the prompts for the installer. An icon was created on the desktop. You can just double-click it and click Execute. Now we have the Windows version of Notepad++ running in Linux. I tested a few other applications, including WinSCP. If we select System Tools, you'll also find Wine Desktop there. Click Start, Control Panel, and Add Remove Programs. Locate the installer you downloaded and click Open. Then simply follow the prompts for the installer. All the Windows applications that you install can be found under Wine, Programs, and I'll go ahead and launch WinSCP from there. The real test, of course, is can I connect to a remote host? So I set up a test connection, logged in, and WinSCP connected just fine. Keep in mind, not all applications will be compatible with Wine, and some may require tweaks to make them work. That said, I wanted to try a graphics program that I've used for years called Photo Impact. It's one that I use for all my video thumbnails. Now, I know it's old software, but it's one that I'm very familiar with. I honestly didn't think it would run on a Pi 5, but it did. I did need to increase the display resolution to 1080p, but the performance was surprisingly pretty decent for this nearly 20-year-old piece of software. There is another application we'll take a look at in a few moments that was just made available in Pi Apps while making this video, and it relates to running Windows 11 on the Pi. We'll take a look at that shortly, but first, let's talk about gaming. Next, we'll take a look at some games that you can easily install on your Pi. If we click the Games category, you'll see some games that you might recognize. One that my kids used to play quite a bit was Minecraft. If we select it and click Install, Pi Apps will download and install the package for us. In the Games category, we'll now find Minecraft Pi. I'll create a world in creative mode. You can use the mouse to look around and the keyboard to navigate. I would mostly watch my kids play this game, as they'd build elaborate buildings and castles. Pi Apps makes it easy to install and play. Another game that you may find interesting is Doom 3. If you don't have the original game files, you can say no here, and it'll use the demo files, which is what I'll be using. Pi Apps will then download and install the necessary files, build the code, and now we're up and running with Doom 3 on the Pi, and the game performs well.
Mars City is a smoke-free facility. Please smoke only in designated areas.
You can also install Steam or Steam Link to your Pi. In this case, I went with the full Steam client to see if I could install a game from Steam and play it on the Pi. I connected a clone Xbox 360 controller to the Pi, installed TMNT Shredder's Revenge, and it played surprisingly well. Navigating the Steam UI on the Pi was a bit sluggish, and some games that I tried wouldn't launch, but I found Shredder's Revenge enjoyable to play on the Pi. There are around 200 applications available in Pi apps, and we've not even scratched the surface of what's available. A few others that you may find helpful is LibreOffice, along with a Microsoft theme if you prefer. Under System Management, you'll find Disk Usage Analyzer, which is a handy tool for determining what files are taking up the most space on your Pi. System Monitoring Center is another one you may like for monitoring CPU and RAM usage, as well as disk and network metrics. Pi apps will also let you know when new updates are available. While making this video, new updates did become available. Most notable here was the Botspot Virtual Machine, or BVM. After running the update and searching for BVM, this application allows you to run Windows 11 ARM in a virtual machine on the Pi. It makes a number of tweaks, such as removing Microsoft's bloatware applications, advertising, and disables the Microsoft account requirement. To get started, click Install for BVM. This part should go quick. Then under Office, select Botspot Virtual Machine. You'll simply click steps 1 through 6 individually until Windows is installed. On step 2, I didn't need to make any changes to the configuration file. Step 3 will download the Windows 11 ARM image and drivers, which will take some time. Step 4, prepare for installation, will go quick. Step 5 will start the Windows 11 installation, and this process will take about an hour or more. Once done, you'll have Windows 11 ARM running on your Pi 5 with internet and sound within a virtual machine. Now, to keep this video reasonably short, we'll stop here for now. I'm going to spend more time with BVM on the Pi 5, and if you'd like to see a dedicated video on it, please let me know in the comments. Also, I'd love to hear what applications you recommend installing with Pi apps. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more content like this in the future, I hope you'll consider subscribing. And with that, I look forward to talking with you again very soon.